Hello everyone, it's Kruch and welcome to the 7th episode of Doki Literature Club Plus. So I've been having some problems with making videos lately because of not having time because of school, but I think you understand it and it doesn't really matter for you, I guess. But it's not like I need any breaks or that I get demotivated, it's just that I can't record when I have school. You can see I already skipped it, but it's 10:30 p.m. when I record this, so it's kind of tough. Okay, so we stopped on sharing poems. Let's share one with Natsuki right now. Well, I can admit that it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you're putting in some effort. That's good, but I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stops short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean ooh. Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you. Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem if you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Oh, so she didn't show her poem to us. Okay, so that leaves Monika. Hi again, Kruhe. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that, as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Ahaha, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monika. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think that Monika may always say that our poems are good, but I think her writing style is the most similar to Yuri's. There are so many metaphors and a bit more difficult words. It's completely different than Natsuki's or Sayori's. Sayori's is difficult to explain. Sayori's ones are not using complex vocabulary. They are written in an easy way, but it sounds like she's quite intelligent and she knows what she's writing about, and it has a meaning that you can't understand just by looking on this poem and not analyzing it. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, It's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Her face is just not looking very well right now. Like, she's really got something in mind about Yuri. No, of course not. Well, I just seen your expression. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep up so much to herself, but still defending her like that. You must be pretty into her. Ah? You completely misunderstood. Aha, calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? This conversation is really uneasy. I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors. They won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise. It won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Well, this one's a bit more difficult. Like, it's getting really difficult to understand it. I'm not even trying to analyze it right now. But I want to point out something like the letter Q that Monica's typing, like writing, I mean, in her font is kind of fancy. Like, I might start writing it this way. It looks really nice. But overall, like, this is something that we don't really understand. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like we're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. This just shows that Monica's this type of person, this game that, like, we can't maintain our relationship with her, and she's just like, I don't know, she's like telling it to the protagonist. He doesn't understand it, but we do, and it's kind of funny. Like, I find it hilarious that she's talking to us, not the protagonist. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected might happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay everyone, we're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ah, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all. Oh my god, how can you write something like this? It's impossible to pronounce. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Huh. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, Yuri's definitely frightened. Natsuki seems like livid about it. Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah, it's all about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right, and it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ooh, okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. Ahaha, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry, I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. GG. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I go next. Wow, Yuri is fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called Afterimage of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into the reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly chilly like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Kruhu liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Ah, I don't understand. In other words, I've seen the poems of yours when that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Huh. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Kruhe. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Kruhe lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. That's damn mean. Natsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that improves over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Also guys, I hope you're not really annoyed that it's just reading today. I'm not really commenting anything, but believe me, when we get to like the part 2 of the game, there will be more to comment than to read. So it's not a problem. Maybe not that much, but like here it's just a standard game, so you know, nothing intense happens. We're just getting to know the girls. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki what is this word? Begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. Sorry, that's the first time I see this word. I am not even kidding. My poem is called... Ooh, why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. Although she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Oh well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people, but when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it will be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what we'll be reciting. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too, it doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish playing tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait. I can do this. Alright, I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yup. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Kruche, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day, you're asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Haha. Well... Okay, so, honestly, I think, we would still walk home with Sayori. Like, she's our great friend. Yuri is also a friend, but, you know, like, you can't betray your friends just because meeting new ones. And we already see she's very upset, so let's not upset her more. Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Eh? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez, I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Kruhe. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. Yeah, it's a good decision. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. They want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? So it's the time to finish this episode, but let's see what we unlocked. Yeah, I think I can go directly here. So... we unlocked Monica's second poem. Yes, and a sketch. Yeah, that's a sketch for Sayori. A sketch page by David Evelyn to test and compare different hairstyles for Sayori. In Act 1, Sayori would still walk home with her. Yeah, like, we would have to do both things to unlock it. Oh, I didn't think about it, like, if we're, like, when we were about to choose, Sayori's route, then we'll choose this thing about her, but, like, it would be really bothering to, let's say, skip just to that moment and pick that thing, you know. Like, it's alright, we'll unlock it all. It will take a while, but, like, we have 16% of data. Okay, so thank you all again for watching. Remember to take care. I'm about to upload this video soon, and tomorrow it might be out at regular time at 5 p.m, but I cannot promise anything. So yeah, goodbye.